Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another videos. So a bid from Manchester United for Mason Mount, which is worth 50 million pounds, have rejected from the Chelsea, and now continues discussion between the two teams. So it is very interesting one, and then all the other rival teams are trying to sign all the player as has been working hard, since the transfer window open, and they've signed most important player. And until now, Manchester United are just trying to sign a player who has already got an agreement on a personal terms like 3 weeks ago and can sign until now. So this is one of the thing or the most interested in that we need to discuss. This is coming from David Austin. Of course, it says like Manchester United have today made an improved bid for Mason Mount. Propose 45 million pound plus 5 million add-ons. Chelsea countered with the 60 million pounds plus 5 million. So after the couple of hours later, Chelsea reject second bid from Manchester United for Mason Mount, offer worth 50 million pound, 45 million guarantees and 5 million pounds add-ons. Chelsea wants 60 million pounds plus 5 million add-ons. This is ridiculous, But in my opinion, I can see this is happening because Manchester United is always overpaid the players, and the rival club knows. That's why they are always trying to trigger all the money that they can ask of. They always ask over, the overprice, and we always overpay. That's why the rival teams are trying to be tough against Manchester United when it comes to negotiation about the transfer market. That is one of the worst thing which is happening at Manchester United, because there is no person who is really understand and trying to understand the sporting business and trying to make a good negotiation with the rival clubs. So they always struggle to make a negotiation, and every time they try to sign one player, it doesn't matter where the player is, which club from the player which club from, they always hard to find and to make a good deal, and we always overpay. Right now, do you actually think 60 million pounds plus 5 million add-on is worth for Mason Mount? If you think that is, I have no idea what you are talking about, or I don't know how I'm gonna convince you that this is not a great, this is not a good deal if it is happening. Mason Mount only have 1 year left on his contract with the Chelsea, and he's only 24 years old, and he doesn't even get normal playing time Chelsea last season. And we only have a 120 million pounds net spent for this summer, and we have to sign like a two midfielder, one striker, one goalkeeper, and potentially one center back. How are we gonna spend? Okay, what kind of idea makes you think that it is 60 million plus 5 million pound is worth for Mason Mount? What kind of idea makes you think that is a good deal for Mason Mount? Because I can't see anywhere near that. I can see, you know how are you gonna convince me this is the great deal? Because it's not. Liverpool signed McAllister for just 35 million pounds. Okay, 35 million pounds. The player just won a World Cup like 6 months ago, and we are trying to pay 65 million pounds for Mason Mount, which is ridiculous. But I can see it happening because David Rice reported like it is very close between Manchester United and Chelsea, to get a deal done. I can see this happening because we are gonna pay 65 million pounds, which is ridiculous thing. We never get a normal transfer. Okay, every single transfer we've been through, we never ever get a normal transfer. It's always like monitoring, searching, interesting, negotiation, it's getting closer. It's always like that. It's always like that. It's never get a player, never ever get a player in times. By what I mean in time is every Ten Hag demands, to sign the player before the season, the preseason tour started, because he wants those new player, you know, get into their team as soon as possible. 65 million is not worth it. We have to try to find another players which is very suitable to everything system. I know Mason Mount. Mason Mount is a good player. He's a good player, and it's like 24 years old, which is very great. As the prime ages, and he have a quality, but only have a 1 year left on his contract. Didn't show at any moment last season, and he wants to move to the Manchester United, which means when you combine all the reason, you will never ever get a reason a reason that we have to pay 65 million for Mason Mount. Never, because it's not worth it. Okay, so I can't see why are we gonna try to pay 65 million for Mount, but I can see it happening because Manchester always overpays. Okay, so next one is which can be a really good deal if it is happening. Okay, that is what's his name? West Ham United is very interested in signing Scott McTominay, and West Ham manager David Moyes is very interested, and he always likes Harry Maguire as a player, which means West Ham are interested in signing of Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, whom are the player we are determined to sell this season. Okay, Harry Maguire, Scott McTominay are both players who are trying to sell this summer by Manchester United, and it's gonna be very difficult when we are trying to sell the player, because Harry Maguire is earning like a 200 grand a week, which is a very hard thing, a very hard amount for a West Ham United to pay one player for those kind of money. Okay, but Declan Rice wants to move Manchester there, I assume, if we can get the deal done, or Mason Mount deal get done. And then the player, the Declan Rice is not very keen to move to Arsenal as it stands. So if we try to pay, by the way, West Ham United gonna be accept or gonna accept and try to negotiate the cash plus players, so which is very great for Manchester United, because they left both Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, and we cannot afford 120 million for Declan Rice, and wasn't gonna accept player plus cash, which means 70 million plus Harry Maguire or Scott McTominay, or both of them, should be great deal for Declan Rice. It's gonna be great deal, 70 or 65 million pounds cash plus both players, Harry Maguire and Scott McTominay, or one of them. It should be great deal if it is happening, if Manchester United can get the deal done, because it is Declan Rice gonna be huge impact on Manchester United. He can take a place for Casemiro position, and he can drive the ball. He can be great alongside Casemiro. So I cannot see it is happening, okay, because wasn't gonna be very difficult to negotiate, because they never wanted to let Declan Rice go easy money. So, but I think we should try it. Arsenal are trying everything they can to sign Declan Rice for this summer. They already bid and got rejected 2 times. So this time, if they try to offer, it's gonna be probably Arsenal gonna get the Declan Rice deal. But we gotta try. Okay, I think it's gonna be great if the deal can happen, because Declan Rice is gonna be huge impact on Manchester United, and it's gonna be a great replacement for Casemiro for a long time. Okay, for a long time. So what do you think about these two transfer situation? Make sure you comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.